My name is Kennedy Ng, and I am very happy to present to you tonight the Dream City, Union City, New Jersey, which will be an option for the community to know the good things that happen in this beautiful city and to find out about positive changes and assistance programs that our community offers. You can contact us at 201-522-7722 or send us an email to kmwng@aol.com. I hope you all enjoy it.
The city of Union City, a cosmopolitan city where almost all of us have seen each other. We are like a large family that through the management of our representatives, they help our citizens. And our people do volunteer work because they know that the city is run by a mayor who has shown that he is not the common politician, but that he works for his community. This program is an extension of information where we are going to have participation of personalities from the public and private sectors so that they can keep us informed of the community. May that be educational activities and everything that benefits us.
Good evening, Union City, the Dream City. My name is Kennedy Ng, and as promised, tonight we have a very special guest, the Chief Assistant Assessor of the City of Union City. And who is the person in charge of that position? Gerry Paulino. Good evening, Gerry. It is a pleasure for me to have you here, and I really appreciate that you are taking the time to be with the Dream City, Union City, New Jersey. Good evening.
Good evening, and thank you for having me here.
Very good. Tonight we're going to be speaking and telling the public, the community of Union City about your positions, the things that you do, the good things and great things that are happening in your department, Union City Tax Assessor.
So as you said, my title is Chief Assistant Assessor. There is an assessor in the office that we help. My main role in that office is to communicate with the public on a daily level and explain to them what the assessment value has to do with their taxation, as well as helping them in the office with my staff and our staff in regards to how we can help them with the senior freeze programs, veteran programs that help them reduce their taxes.
We're going to be talking about in details about all these programs the Tax Assessor Office of Union City offers to the public, to the landlords, and to the public in general. Can you tell me, how did you start your position in the city of Union City?
Absolutely. So many in my area, in our area, in regards to Mayor Stack, he's well known with his advertisements towards himself and his ever ongoing necessity to help. So I went to meet with him as a college intern and asked him for a position in one of his offices as an intern. There I fell in love with the work that the assessor was doing, and most importantly, I was feeling like I was making a difference with helping the public understand in a very normalized level about what we do as assessors.
Gerry, how can you help the community, the landlords, people in general about the taxes?
Sure. So there are different ways that an assessor creates an assessment value. One of the main things about it is if you own an apartment building, there's income and expense levels, there's cap levels, and then if you own a family home, there's price per square footage, and then there's understanding why no two houses have the same assessment value because they're created in different market levels. So that's a lot of my time is explaining on the old constructions of Union City in regards to when the revaluation took that, and then I explained to them how they took it from one level to the other level of market value and how that holds in today's market value. This allows the property owners to decide if an appeal is necessary with the assessor in regards to their taxes, but it all is based on the assessment value and market value.
In your office, you are the person who actually do everything in reference to taxes and all these programs, or you have staff that help you, or can you tell a little bit about this?
You know, my role in my office is something that I've kind of made myself very personal in as an ambassador to teaching them on the programs. But the actual person in charge of these programs is the tax assessor, whose name is Sal Bonacorsi. Okay, he's our assessor for Union City. His role is approving and speaking to the audience through appeal. Mine is to communicate with them when in today's day you can communicate with them in person. I basically allow them to speak through me and help them understand the paperwork they're filling out and any directions that the assessor has taken and what they need to do in regards to their rebuttal to any paperwork that he submitted against their appeal.
Good to know. I am a witness that this young gentleman, Gerry, is a very honest person, is a very kind person who is always in his office trying to help the community, trying to help any department in the city of Union City, of the City Hall. And I am glad to have you here tonight. Can you tell me, Gerry, about different programs that you have? For example, like senior citizens tax deductions, the veteran tax deduction, and you can tell me a little by little, tax abatements and the tax appeals.
Sure. So a lot of people don't know this, but there are programs that you can apply for if you're a senior citizen and you're basically living on Social Security. You can come into our office and myself and the staff there can help with filling out the senior citizen deduction application. We also do advise for a program that is not part of our office. It comes from the State Division of Taxation, but it is nice to communicate across, called the Senior Tax Freeze, which is a state level deduction that you receive if you're in the program. So we do help with that and helping them understand that as far as seniors. There are also veteran deductions that are formatted the same way. If you served and you have a DD-214 and valid ID, we'll help you out with the application. And we also have the tax appeal, as you mentioned. The tax appeal system is designed for what I was saying earlier in regards to market value. If you don't agree after you've spoken to me or the staff in regards to market value assessment, and if you don't agree with the value, we could help you file a tax appeal or at least review if you should need to. Okay?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. It sounds sometimes when you don't know anything about taxes, how to pay taxes, or those to take the benefits of those programs, how the community can find out specifically in any of these programs that you mentioned.
Specifically, they can always visit the ucnj.com website. My email is always there. My phone number is always there. They could always communicate with us or stop into the tax assessor's office on the 4th floor, and we'll be more than happy to pass any information that you need or have any questions to answer.
For example, a senior citizen property owner go to your office and that person need help in filling out the applications. Are you available to help them?
Absolutely. Well, yep.
It's legal to help them to fill the application.
It's okay to help them fill out the senior citizen deduction application, as that comes from our office. The senior freeze applications, we more do a guidance on it because that is only allowed to be done by the Division of Taxation and their staff members.
And I guess you don't sign any documentation. They have to sign.
No, they sorry to interrupt. They do take care of the application themselves. The application is designed for them to either be the ones filling it out or have a federal person from the Division of Taxation take care of the application.
And being in a community that we have a large percentage of Hispanic community, how can you handle the daily routine communicating and even the forms to apply to those programs?
Absolutely. So we definitely can. I myself am bilingual. So there's a lot of interpreting that I do in regards to these programs, and that's what I mean about guiding them. because a lot of this information is all in English. So I'm sure as your parents and my parents who are new to this country, they needed someone like us. So that's one of the things when I told you I take it as a personal level. I do speak to someone as if I'm talking to a family member because I understand they don't know what they're filling out most of the times. They don't want to get in trouble. So we help them by letting them understand it. Okay, and then after that, we could advise them where to go to get it further, to their accountants, etc.
Good to know. And as you know, the community of Union City, the Dream City, well known because in the city, and I can tell you, all departments take care the bilingual issue. And I say bilingual issue because a large percentages are Hispanics and other nationalities. So if you check the Union City website, most of the forms application are bilingual.
Yeah.
And that's an A plus for the city and for the community in general. Gerry, it is important for landlords to have copy of deeds, tax maps, and property records cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's one of the best things to have on hand. Well, the tax maps will always show your lot location, which you could pass along to a surveyor to help. And in regards to property record cards, this is the history of your assessment. So if you're interested in knowing what to give my appraiser, whether you're buying a new home or selling a home, the property record card helps you understand your last appraisal as far as the city saw it in a revaluation. So it's very important.
Gerry, and that could be an information for me. What is the duty of the appraiser?
Well, the appraiser hired by the city is not actually a staff member of the assessor's office, but he assists the assessor in compiling comparable values for him. So in case of an appeal or new construction, this is a person who comes up to us and tells us what the current market value is being suggested for such property in regards to today's market value.
So this is the person that more or less will give you an idea the value of the property.
The assessor will give you the idea of the value of the property because the assessor is to take his information and analyze it and create his perspective of value with the data given to him and the staff.
Information that you are providing to the public, to the community in general, for the Dream City, Union City, I can say is valuable. Sometimes we take it for granted that we know everything, but communicating with other departments, every day you learn something new and positive things that you should know as a citizen, as a worker, and I really appreciate the information that you are providing to the community.
I do appreciate it, and I always thank Mayor Stack for this opportunity to be able to assist my neighbors as I am a kid from Union City.
And talking about Mayor Stack, in your personal opinion, is the city of Union City growing up in a positive way?
So the city, to me, I mean, as I said, I'm a kid from Union City. I've been here since the 80s. I've gone through every school system. My mother, as I told you the other day, was a factory worker. We traveled a lot where cheap rent was met. I've gone through a few little details here in the city, and I can tell you that there was no care for it in my childhood. Until the mayor stepped in, I didn't start to see changes in my community, to be honest with you. And it's been a great deal of changes that Mayor Stack, I believe, has done. From EMS to the police officers to lighting on Palisade to trees. It is a cleaner neighborhood than when I was a kid. And the school system seems to be very phenomenal to me. There were a lot of kids that I could tell you that I've met through the office, through the great programs that he's put in place to let us teach the kids that I think are great. And from that, I see a lot of successful young men coming and young women coming from Union City, and I thank him and the board.
And I'm very sure the community knows about that because it's something that you cannot hide. It's the progress of the city. I can tell you, walking around the city, morning time, at night time, the lightings, all the streets, the police officers, patrolling, taking care of the citizens, the senior citizens, the kids. And I mean, as a citizen of of Union City, this is the truth.
That's absolutely correct. And I say that as one of the kids that came through that program.
I know. I know that I've been asking you a lot of questions, but
Okay.
this is something very important in general, for the community. What is the difference between tax collector and tax assessor?
The simplest way to explain this is the assessor creates the value on where your taxes are collected upon. So the collector has everything to do with the details of the collection of your taxes. So she's the one in charge of billing and receiving. And then there's other things such as tax sales that she's also a part of.
Good to know. Gerry, I really appreciate that you took the time to come to the Dream City every Sunday at 7 p.m. to have valuable information about what you do in tax assessor office. But there's anything that you can add or that you would like to add?
The only thing that I would add is any questions at any time, feel free to call our office in regards to taxes in general. We're not shy. We like to communicate and we like to help. Taxes are a very hidden thing that needs to be put in the sun sometimes, and I think that's a great thing, and that's what we try to do here in Union City, is try to communicate with the community on what we do and provide.
What is the main phone number of your office?
It'd be 201-348-5725.
Can you tell me other staff, if you are not there, that they can talk?
Absolutely. You could definitely have a conversation with Haiti from my office. She is a full-time clerk. She's a great person. She'll be happy to answer any question as well as myself. We're the two members in the office that are full-time. The assessor is part-time, and it is also available through appointment. Again, you would speak to me through that, as I serve as a link way to the communication between you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I really appreciate all this information. Some of them I didn't know. And I know the Union City community have learned about the tax assessor office. And this young gentleman, very professional. Anything, contact Gerry. He's very kind, and any information that you don't know, he can help you. I hope you enjoy the Dream City, Union City, New Jersey, every Sunday at 7 p.m. My name is Kennedy NG.